licensed professional counselor in the state of Virginia. I've been in mental health care for 20 plus years in a variety of responsibilities and settings. Currently, outpatient mental health counselor. I own private practice. And today, in my 20 plus years of experience in mental health, there's some constants that we tend to notice. So, anxiety being one, depression being another. And when you get to the root of what those constants, where they come from, a lot of times it has to do with basically just society. So that leads me to kind of what I want to talk about today. I come across a quote by Jiddu Krishnamurti, who was a Indian philosopher, speaker, spiritual writer in India. And his quote is, "It is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society." And I think and I ponder about that quote a lot, especially when I first come across it a couple of years ago. What does it mean to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society? So let's think about societal norms and mental health for just a few minutes. Let's think about how habits such as materialism, constant busyness, social disconnection, and workaholism all stem from this profoundly sick society. It's a well-known fact that constant shopping only buys happiness. It gives you that dopamine high for just a few minutes. You get the item home that gave you so much happiness. By the time you get it home, you've already lost interest in it. You've lost the happiness that you thought it was going to give you. Amazon, oh no, let me strike that. Constant busyness. We're always milling about, feeling like we have to do something. It's okay to sit down and be still for a few minutes. It is okay to sit down and be still. Just enjoy your breath, whatever happens to be around you. Go outside, put your feet in the grass for a few minutes. It's okay to not always have to be doing something. Social disconnection. If the 2020 pandemic taught us anything, it's that we are essentially herd animals and we need social connection with other people to function properly. Workaholism is probably my least favorite of all. There's this notion that if you give some company 20, 25, 30, 40 years of your life, you will get to retire in absolute bliss for all of 15 minutes. But you just have to work. You have to work for that 15 minutes of bliss. So let's go back to the original quote for just a minute. Being well adjusted. What does it mean to be well adjusted? I think it means to fit in, to accept and to fit in. The societal norms I mentioned just a moment ago, materialism, constant busyness, social disconnection, and workaholism are all norms that we've become adjusted to. We've accepted those norms as just part of our society. Does it have to be that way, I wonder? And this is something I'd like for people to address in the comment section. Is this something that we have to just accept it and move on with it? Or is there a pushback that we can offer? Is there an alternative that we have? What is a sick society? Going back to the original quote, what is a sick society? And I think a sick society is, if my profession has taught me nothing, is that we have a profound mental health crisis that has been ongoing and ignored for generations really. What a lot of the mental health industry as a whole right now, and I will speak generally for it since I've been a part of it for a good number of years, is really just a Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid on a gaping wound that really needs investment, it needs time, and it needs caring professionals, and it profoundly lacks all. Is it okay to even talk about these things? Is it okay to talk about the shitty society that we have allowed to be constructed around us? Is it okay to talk about that? A lot of people in the political spectrum will tell you, well, that's class warfare. That is some sort of warfare against someone, something. But I don't think it has to be that. We can have a legitimate conversation about all of these things without it being, I hesitate to use the word offensive, but for lack of a better word right now, yes, we can have conversations like this without it being offensive. There are alternatives to the world that we have allowed to be constructed for us, and in some regards, we perpetuate that world around us because we all seem to lack the gumption or the courage, perhaps, to change. Change is the hardest thing. To get outside of your comfort zone, this world, this sick society that I've been talking about, has become a comfort zone for all of us. And you know you're getting outside of your comfort zone when you are uncomfortable. Uncomfortability means you're in a spot of growth. That is something that I share with clients all the time who are trapped by routine, trapped by circumstance, trapped by whatever. A sick society. When you get outside of the comfort zone of that sick society, that means you're growing. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to grow, develop, and evolve past the society that we find ourselves kind of stuck in the mud with. And I think that is all I have for now. If you would please like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff, and leave some comments in the comment section. I look forward to reading them.